So here guys, welcome back for a new video of the Introspection Academy YouTube channel. This is a brand completely dedicated to the style of Greg Howe, fusion, the ingenious guitar style of Greg Howe in general. We're learning his style, we're having fun, we're trying to break you out of the old rock and blues roots and really learning elements of his style week by week. And later on I'll be releasing my premium digital courses. You will have the choice to even dive in deeper with me. So this is also a really important video because I am sharing in the link below my personal arpeggio Bible, which are 22 arpeggio shapes you need to know. How does it look like when you download it, right? You get a 10-page PDF, right? With pages like this, all right? So pages like this. I have put in the work for you guys to really have for each chord family, major 7, minor 7, dominant 7, minor 7, flat 5, those 4 families, the 5 gauged shapes, the 5 shapes covering the whole neck. I've just written them down. I've named them a bit my way of naming them, like 5L, 5R. I'll explain in a moment in the video that you have kind of an idea. And especially if I've also highlighted the arpeggios that Greg likes to use, because like 22 arpeggios, don't think that Greg is using them all equally. He's using especially, so I have an ordering system, the 1, 2 and the 3 priorities. You'll see that you have a good idea which one are Greg's favorites. And how do I know? Well, I'm this guy who I played nothing but Greg Howe, like from 2010 to 2015, went to several of his workshops abroad, so in France, I live in Belgium. I had 16 hours of private lessons with him. I bought everything he has ever sold, right? This is his Ski-Sol signature guitar, literally everything he's ever sold. Maybe not his beanie, I should maybe buy that, even his shirts and so on. I don't want to bore you with that. So if that interests you and you're starting your journey, or you think, I only know 10 arpeggio shapes, then just download this arpeggio PDF. There's no way you are going to sound like Greg Howe or any other fusion player if you don't know your arpeggio shapes, guys. So it should be something that you download, that you print out, and that you have always with you. Especially when following lessons with me here on my Patreon or later on with the digital products, I'm always referring to on which arpeggios I'm basing myself to design a certain line. And I will always call them like a major 7 R5, or I will say a minor 7 flat 5 R6. You know, I'm always referring to these arpeggios. So enough talk. Let's talk now a bit. So it's just a hugely missed opportunity if you watch this video and we're having some fun here and then you don't download the arpeggio. It's just for free. So this is a no-brainer, right? Anyway, here to help you again is just an incredible resource that for many years I had with me. And the funny story is I come from the time that internet was almost not available. When I was learning Greg Howe and other stuff, at least in the beginning, there was not too much on the internet, so I primarily transcribed by ear hundreds and hundreds of his lines, and I was finding out organically, oh yeah, he's doing this, like and I was like, I was trying to understand what that was, especially over this B Dorian backing track you will hear in a moment. I thought, oh yeah, this is kind of this is pentatonic, right? This is the Dorian scale. But slowly but certainly I found out by reading and studying, oh, those are arpeggios. So that's sometimes how it goes. And what I want to tell you about arpeggios, guys, is there's nothing magic to them. It's just the next like gear in your car, right? So if you hear the backing track in a moment, it's like this, right? It's just a... I will leave the link. It's from a good friend of mine who also followed lessons with him years ago, Luco Mantovani. He's an incredible guitar player. We'll leave the link below. It's a B Dorian backing track, and you know, guys, if you would like solo over, it's so natural for you guys to do. You will use the B minor pentatonic scale, you'll be adding the flat 5, right? The next thing you would probably do is go into the Dorian mode. Right, it's like that, no problem. But then there's the next gear, or there's at least another dimension possible, and it's playing arpeggios, especially over this backing track. Let's see, it's a B minor, so why not play a B minor 7 arpeggio? So in the PDF I'm calling this shape especially a B minor 7 R5 shape. Why? Because the root note is on the 5th string and the shape that I'm playing is on the right side when you look down on the guitar, right? And then the only thing you need to do is add scale tones to it. Add B Dorian scales tones to it. For example, it could be a line. Right, so I hear this major 7 sound, I'm gonna go major 7 now. No, it was a mistake, alright? Anyway, I'm diverting a bit here. Right, so that was huge for me, like, oh, wow. So normally in this position I would go like at the B minor pentatonic, I would go adding Dorian notes. Most of the time ending a bit too linear. We will call this a linear. We'll ending with a bit too linear lines. But using arpeggios breaks up your line with a vertical component, right? So, and we always split up arpeggios in two, right? I have this like again here. I have like, and I have like, right? So it's a bigger arpeggio, right? To build cool lines. So sometimes I just put them divide it in two, right? For example, nice line, no? A bit slower. So what is this? It's a B minor arpeggio. Really cool, no? So again, and then the good thing of arpeggio is you don't have to stick with a B minor 7 arpeggio. That's of course the most logical choice over a B Dorian backing track. But a B Dorian, right, equals a D Phrygian equals a E flat Lydian, and an E flat Lydian generates major 7 chords, major 7 arpeggios. Sorry, you're in B, excuse me guys. B Dorian equals C sharp Phrygian equals D Lydian. So D Lydian generates major 7 arpeggios. So this is also really cool. Improvising here. Anyway, this is the message I want to give for today. It's a short, I'm going to cut it off at exactly 10 minutes, guys, right? So important, these arpeggios. Just look at it as a third dimension, a third gear in your car. You're missing out big time if you don't use arpeggios in your guitar playing. And later this year I will be bringing with the Introspection Academy a huge premium content definitive arpeggio course, because there's so much more I want to tell and explain. Well, it's gonna be for my premium students, of course, especially. But for today, just download this 22 arpeggio shape 10-page PDF, guys. It's just an essential bread and butter thing you need to have in your playing and at home. as like I'm gonna play some guitar, you know, take out the PDF, practice some of these arpeggios, make a few test tries with them, trying to add scale tones to them, try to build lines from them. That's what I did for years when I was learning to play Greg Howe. It is essential, and I can tell you from personal hours and hours of speaking with Greg Howe, Greg sees the guitar like many other jazz guitarists and fusion guitarists as arpeggios, not as scales. Fusion guitarists and jazz guitarists, we add scale tones to arpeggios. We don't play scales, right? That's a big thing, right? Because we like to implement the many colors that arpeggios bring, and also it's a great way to navigate through chord changes. But there's so much more like that I'm not going to do this here. I just want to introduce for you guys, as followers and subscribers to this channel, my gift for you. If you download this PDF, you'll have it for life, and it's an incredible resource. I couldn't live without it. And it's essential for breaking out your rock and blues ruts and moving on to the Greg Howe sound. So I'll see you next week, guys. Bye.